We have plenty more to bring you on the Wuhan coronavirus outbreak that will, in the short term, change life as we know it. Sorry, I just committed the cardinal sin of referring to the disease's origin. Just calling it Wuhan coronavirus is apparently racist, according to the left in the media, except when they do it.
Because you're starting to hear the Republicans, especially Trump calling it the Wuhan or the Chinese coronavirus. They're looking for someone to blame.
Concern is growing this morning over an outbreak of a new SARS-like virus in China. At least 6 people have died from the Wuhan coronavirus.
The Wuhan coronavirus.
The Wuhan coronavirus.
The 34-year-old ophthalmologist diagnosed Saturday with the Wuhan coronavirus.
The Wuhan virus.
The Wuhan coronavirus.
The Wuhan coronavirus. What more can you tell us about the similarities or differences between SARS and the Wuhan coronavirus?
The Wuhan coronavirus.
The Wuhan coronavirus in China.
The Wuhan coronavirus.
The Wuhan coronavirus. The Wuhan coronavirus.
Wuhan coronavirus.
Fears continue to grow over the outbreak of the Wuhan coronavirus.
Wuhan coronavirus.
The Wuhan coronavirus.
The Wuhan coronavirus.
We have new information about how the Wuhan coronavirus is spread.
Tying coronavirus to China and Chinese people isn't just a racist dog whistle. It's a whole racist orchestra. It's a mighty, mighty racist bass tone.
That compilation was put together by the Media Research Centre, and they've got plenty more examples of the glaring hypocrisy of CNN, MSNBC, CBS and other leftist media who want to paint any mention of the Chinese origins of this disease as xenophobic. Have a look at this and watch out for CNN's cheap fake news clown Jim Acosta at the end of the montage.
The first U.S. case of Chinese coronavirus.
The Chinese coronavirus.
This is coming as the Chinese coronavirus.
China's coronavirus outbreak. China's coronavirus.
Outbreak anxiety. The death toll nearly doubles in China's coronavirus outbreak.
China's coronavirus.
Just how bad is China's coronavirus crisis?
China's coronavirus outbreak.
China's coronavirus outbreak.
China's coronavirus outbreak.
China's coronavirus.
China's coronavirus. China's coronavirus.
China's coronavirus.
Concerns about the China coronavirus.
It's going to come across to a lot of Americans as smacking of xenophobia, to use that kind of term.
These pundits don't want to talk about the origins of the virus or how it spread, because then they can't blame their domestic political opponents, whether it's Trump in the US or Scott Morrison in Australia. And of course, China's communist regime is using these useful idiots in the media to sow discord, push fake news, and even suggest that perhaps the disease started in the West, not in China. This is China's Deputy Director General of the Foreign Ministry Information Department, who's using social media platforms to push the fake news that the virus originated in the US. What is staggering is that some members of the media are repeating other talking points pushed by communist China. These people hate conservative governments so much that they willingly fall for the propaganda of a country that arrested whistleblower doctors who tried to warn the world about coronavirus. From the very beginning of this crisis, we've seen race baiters play divisive political games in trying to paint Australia and the US as racist because our countries were among the first to severely restrict travel from China. Don't forget all the commentators who criticised Donald Trump and Scott Morrison for those tough travel bans, which medical experts now say was critical in reducing the spread of the virus in our countries. It was only a month ago when the identity politics crowd, including former Human Rights Commissioner Soom Parmesan, was banging on about how racism was linked to concerns with the coronavirus and that Australia would be responding differently if those most impacted weren't from China. And don't forget this contribution from noted nincompoop John Pilger, who last month posted, "Under the cover of coronavirus, the US and its allies are waging war against China. The racist travel bans and media hysteria are not supported or approved by who? China's response to the emergency has been a model. Unlike the US, whose current flu epidemic has killed 10,000 and isn't news." And the idiocy hasn't stopped. Sadly, there are no shortage of pundits in the West willing to push China's narratives or try to use this worldwide crisis to defeat their ideological foes. And what they hate most is any mention of this virus's origins.
Democrats, in some ways, it's good for the Democrats, and the Democrats have had an opportunity to show how they would approach the whole problem in a much more comprehensive scientific manner than Trump has so far. I mean, Trump has really been amazing. I mean, he initially labeled it the Wuhan virus and then the foreign virus. He tried to play to xenophobia. I mean, precisely the wrong kind of approach.